Hello friends, we will be covering the following: communication, terminology used in communication, analog and digital signal, frequency table, ground wave propagation, sky wave propagation, space wave propagation. Communication, it means sending information from one place to far away places. Information means signals that have intelligence. Methods of information could be: how do we send the information? It could be sent in the form of audios, videos, data, print. Announcement can be broadcasted like public speaking, and it can also be point to point, that is communicating by telephone. Basic terminology used in electronic communication system are transmitters. What are transmitters? Transmitter, it is a device that converts a low power signal to high power signal. Transducer. Transducer, we use it to change audio, video signal into voltage variation signal. Microphones converts air pressure. It converts the air pressure signal to voltage variation signals. So signals are variation of voltage with respect to time. Signals are variation of voltage with time. Basically, two types of signals, analog and digital signal. These graphs are the comparison of voltage by time. Voltage by time for analog signal and voltage by time for digital signal. Codification of digital is 0, 1, 0, 1. So whenever it's 0, it becomes a flat structure. When it's 1, it becomes like a staircase. So 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. And why we can see a staircase like structure again? I'm asking you this question because of the 0 and 1 codification. Technology can convert this analog signal. This analog signal can be converted to the digital signal. How? Every house these days have got a modem. So modem is used to convert. What is modem? You know Wi-Fi, it's internet connection, the modem. So modem is used to convert the analog to digital signal. Some other terminologies: noise. Noise is a signal, but it is unwanted signal. We don't want it. So it becomes a noise. Receiver. It is a device which recovers the original message signal from the signal received. So it receives the signal at the output of the communication channel. So it's the signal that is received. So receiver's job is basically 4 steps, which is detecting. Then that minute signal has to be amplified. Then it has to be filtered. What exactly is required for by our particular instrument? So detecting, amplification, filtering, and then sending the signal. So this is the receiver. So receiver basically has got 4 jobs to do. These are the 4 steps in the receiver. Understanding the word attenuation. Attenuation means strength reduction of a signal. So why does the strength gets reduced of a signal? It means it's losing its power. See here, it has more power in the starting. If you keep looking at the graph here, it has reduced down. So what has happened? The loss of strength of a signal during its propagation through the transmission medium is called attenuation. Losing of power is attenuation. So this picture clarifies you that the strength is reduced at the end here. Understanding the term amplification. The strength of an electrical signal by using electric circuit. Here we see 2 graphs, one with less power and the other with more power. So the extra height that you can see, this extra height is showing you the amplitude of the wave. So this is the amplification, the amplitude, the more power. Okay. What is range? Range is that distance till where our signals can travel without losing its shape, voltage, and it is catched by a receiver. Bandwidth, understanding the term bandwidth. Bandwidth, it refers to the frequency range over which an equipment operates. For example, say the frequency is between 5000 to 7000. So the bandwidth becomes the difference between 5000 to 7000, the bandwidth becomes 2000. So bandwidth, when we say it's going to be 2000 bandwidth for this particular example, say for between the frequency 5000 to 7000 frequency range. So the bandwidth is 2000. Understanding few more terminologies. Modulation. Modulation is the process in which one characteristics, usually amplitude, frequency, phase angle of a high frequency carrier wave, is varied in accordance with signal wave. So how is it done? If we want to understand in simple word, it is combining. It is combining low frequency, combining the low frequency and the high frequency. The low frequency, which is the message signal normally, and the high frequency is the carrier wave, so through which it's going to be carried out. Okay, so this becomes a terminology is called modulation. What is demodulation? Separating the high frequency carrier wave from low frequency message signal. Then comes repeater. Repeater is a device which is combination of three machines or three basic purposes. So what's its purposes? The three machines are receiver, amplifier and transmitter. So it has got to do, the repeater is going to have these three machines in it: receiver, amplification and transmitter. It receives the weak signals which are coming from far away. It gives power to signal and retransmits it. So this is repeater. These are frequency ranges for commercial radios, TV broadcast. So if you look here, FM radio, you always hear the radio channels. So the frequency it works between is 88 to 108 megahertz. So you have heard 93 point or 99.8. So this is what the frequency level they are talking about. In TV, the frequency has got two parts. One is the audio and one is the video. So the audio comes separately in this frequency and the video comes separately in this frequency. Who divides these frequency level? The government does. We will basically have three propagation. The ground wave propagation, sky wave propagation and space wave propagation through satellite that we are going to study. Ground wave propagation, wave is parallel to ground and is called ground wave. Because it is parallel to ground, the name comes as ground wave. Due to induced or we can say due to induction, a positive field is created on the earth. Along with ground wave, due to induction of ground, a parallel wave is generated below the earth's surface. So if this was our wave that we are sending, the ground wave along with the ground, this is the ground of the earth. So if we are sending this wave, so what happens? Another wave is generated which is below the earth's surface. So as the ground wave passes over the earth's surface, it is weakened due to partial energy absorbed by the earth. See here, this is being absorbed by the ground wave below. So it comes the attenuation. So it cannot travel a long distance. So for ground waves, we can say attenuation is very high. Bending power of this wave is more, as a ground wave is guided by the earth and bends round its curvature. So it has got the bending power. Even if we increase the frequency, now just can it not lose the power? So if we increase the frequency, see the number of waves. So here we have increased the frequency. So if we increase the frequency, we notice that ground wave, automatically the earth's surface is generating here, which is parallel wave in the ground. So this wave is weakened due to the earth parallel wave that is generated. So even if we increase the frequency as shown in the picture, then also attenuation has increased tremendously. The strength is going to decrease for a long distance if this wave is going to travel. But it is easier. There are machinery which can create this wave at less complicated and cheaper, and it can cross over the building. So the advantages is that it can cross over the building. The machinery to make this is less complicated and cheaper. The bending power is more. It can bend around the buildings and travel, which is theta is equal to lambda by a. Frequency range is between this. Now coming on to the skywave propagation. The ionosphere plays an important role in skywave propagation. Due to low pressure in this part of atmosphere, ionization is produced by UV radiation. So who's producing this ionization in the sky? It's the UV radiations and X-rays from the sun. So some region is mostly composed of ionized matter. This becomes the ionized matter here. Electrons and positive ions, where the remaining atmosphere is mostly composed of neutral molecules. Due to the curvature of the earth, the radio wave cannot travel straight from one antenna to another. So if this was the curvature of the earth, this was the how the earth is, and this is one antenna and this is the other antenna. So from one antenna the signal cannot travel to reach the other antenna, because the earth is round, so it cannot travel like this. There is a hindrance. So what it does is we have to send the signal from one antenna to the sky, and that is reflected back from the sky to the other antenna. Why do we have to do, and what is reflecting here? Why we have to do? Because the surface is curvature, the earth's surface is round, so it cannot travel like this. So if it cannot travel, we have to send it to the sky. So what is reflecting in the sky? In sky, the ionization is produced, the atmosphere is ionized, and the UV radiations and X-ray rays from the sun is creating this ionization. And due to this, those waves that we are sending are being reflected back. So we have to increase the height of the towers, and which is called these heights have to be increased. So it is called LOS, that is line of sight for communication. In sky, wave does not reach direct from antenna to another. The wave front goes to sky and then reflects back to the receiver from ionosphere layer. What are the advantages? Advantages are this wave is not moving along ground. So in ground wave, there is a parallel wave developed automatically, which is going to have attenuation. Here there is no ground wave that is developed. This wave is not moving along the ground, so less attenuation. It does not lose its power, the strength at the end, so less attenuation. Range of this wave is increased. Why is this range increased? Because from one antenna, this antenna, it covers the distance all the way from here till here. This distance is covered. So the range of this wave is increased. Higher frequency uses better power and more bandwidth. From one station, we can send different frequency waves. So we can send frequency at this. So at different angles, we can send different frequency waves. Now we are going to do some calculations here. How much area is going to be calculated or covered by the skywave propagation? We are calculating the area that can be covered by an antenna. Say this is the antenna. This is the antenna here, which is going to send the signal. And this is another antenna which is going to receive the signal. So the distance between the two antenna is, say, capital D. If we take the middle point here, then this part is small d, and this is the height of the antenna as h. This is the radius, which is r, and this is also the radius r of the earth. By Pythagoras theorem, We know c square. Hypotenuse is equal to c square is equal to a square plus b square. So c square hypotenuse is equal to base square plus the perpendicular side square. Okay, so we know we can say r plus h, which becomes the c. So r plus h square is equal to d square plus r square. So once we open this bracket of r plus h, so it becomes r square plus 2rh plus h square equals to d square plus r square. So once we solve this, we get 2rh is equal to d square. R square and r square gets cancelled from both the sides. So we are left with 2rh is equal to d square. So d can be written as 2rh. That's the value for the complete. So if we have to take it for d1 plus d2, if we have to take it for 2d, then we are going to say d1 plus d2 is equal to 2rh1 plus 2rh2. So area covered, the formula for the area covered will become pi r square, and the value here will be, if we put the value of r, the small r here, which is 2rh1, the distance. So it will become pi 2rh. This is the area that one antenna from the sky propagation can, the range which can follow this area. Space wave propagation. The third propagation is space wave propagation. We have placed three satellites in form of a triangle. So this triangle A, triangle B and triangle C. So these are the three satellites around the Earth. They are interconnected. If you see, they are interconnected. They have a possibility to reach each other. So they are interconnected. If this A sends a signal, it is propagated worldwide by B and C also. How? From A, one part is going to send the signal to B. This part is going to send the signal to C. They are both, A is going to propagate in this area of the Earth, B is going to propagate in this area, and C is going to send the signal in this area. So this becomes like a signal are broadcasted in all three, and this is called global broadcasting. This setup has high frequency and it has infinite range. Disk antenna. Also, our houses receive the signal. Global telephones are connected, also connects the satellite. So these global telephones also use this mechanism. So I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you.